What's good, family? Shout out to my doggy, Devil Dog 83, for the most loyal boostful coin right now. Wow, we got some truly breaking news right now regarding your man's Europe's number one trap star, El Trapahan, aka El Kinahan, aka Daniel Kinahan. And it must be said, listen, so what we know now is someone has not been paying their taxes properly. That's what we do know. Yeah, someone down the line ain't been paying their taxes to Mr. Biden. Oops. Yeah, 100%. So I'm telling you now, yeah, the taxes must be paid. We know that for a fact. Yeah, when Clinton was in office, them taxes got paid nicely. Yeah, bottom line is, someone right now has slipped up. Biden must get his, you know what I'm saying? Biden must get his cut. Oops. 100%. I'm hearing now, essentially, Biden didn't get his cut of the Kinahan trap, and that's why the DA now are sniffing all up inside Europe's number one trap. Now, listen, it must also be said that it's looking kind of peak right now, because once the DEA get a sniffing on you, listen, El Chapo was more or less the number two guy in the whole of Mexico, and they found him. They got him got. Yeah, you can't escape the DEA. That's what we do know. The minute they're sniffing for you, you're as good as got. That's what you are. Unless, in fact, you know what? Let me give you man the breaking news now, and then I'm gonna give El Trapahan the number one advice in the game right now. 100% confirmed. So, the DEA put out a message via the U.S. State Department of State, airing out, yeah, begging for some informers to come forward and snitch. And listen, it's not a small amount at all. $5 million you can get if you got the leak. Yeah, and listen, 100%. Any chatty patty dons within your organisation, you best believe, for $5 million, I'm gonna be chatting. Please, I'm telling you now. Anyone who knows anything about anything, don't tell the YB because he chatting. 100%. Yeah. If as far as $5 million's concerned, you best believe the YB gonna be singing like Whitney Houston. You understand? Yeah. They'll be like, damn, this is, do you know what I'm saying? This Don must be related to Mariah Carey, because he be singing, you know what I'm saying, 100%. Anyway, like I said, let's get to the news here. The Kinahan Trap National Criminal Trapganisation was established in Dublin, Ireland, by Christopher Vincent Kinahan in the 1990s. Through time, Christopher Vincent incorporated his two sons, Daniel Joseph and Christopher Jr., into his criminal trapganisation. After becoming Ireland's most powerful organised trap group, the KTCO quickly transcended international boundaries. The KTCO originally distributed the finest A1 South American white and dark from, I'm not sure where the dark's from, but wait there. They got the fire South American white, and the DA ain't specify where they're getting the dark from, but I'm assuming you don't normally, well, I guess they could get it from Mexico, I guess, but listen, Mexico ain't got no fire dark, man, it's all dead there. But anyway, listen, carry on. 100%. Like they were saying, originally, this KTCO originally distributed South America's finest flaky white, yeah, and the power dark, and later to the United Kingdom and throughout mainland Europe. In addition to narcotics trafficking, the Kinahans have engaged in money laundering, strap trafficking, and murder. The KTCO gained notoriety in 2016 when a feud with the rival Hutch food trafficking gang, also from the inner city of Dublin, led to a shooting attack at the Dublin hotel. The brazen daytime attack targeted El Trapahan, formerly known as Daniel Kinahan, during a weigh-in for MTK Global boxing match and shocked the Irish public. Although Daniel escaped unharmed, the subsequent and ongoing feud has resulted in 18 bodies dropping, encompassing nearly all members or relatives and associates of the Hutch gang. Wow, wiped out. Yeah, Hutch going through it 100%. The subsequent police response to the gang violence in Ireland led to the gang member arrests and caused the KTCO leadership to shift their transnational organised trap operations to the UK, Spain and the UAE. Law enforcement intelligence reports that Daniel El Trapahan Kinahan currently directs most senior TCO members based in Dubai to carry out significant food smuggling ventures and oversee money laundering operations which have been commingled through various legitimate commercial businesses. The US Department of State, through the Transnational Organised Crime Rewards Program, is offering a reward of up to 5 million readies for information leading to the arrest and or conviction of El Trapahan for participating in a transnational organised trap family, namely narcotics trafficking and money laundering. In addition, there is also a reward for information leading to the disruption of financial mechanisms of a transnational organised crime group, the KTCO. If you have any information, please contact the DEA at email thekinahan_tips@dea.gov regarding any information on Daniel Kinahan or the KTCO. Law enforcement will respond via email with a telephone number to also communicate via WhatsApp or Signal for follow-up communications. Damn, they're going encrypted. From what I understand, Signal is encrypted. Some next crypto encryption thing they're running right now. 100%. Yeah? Additionally, if you are located outside of the US, you can contact the nearest US embassy or consulate. If in the US, you may contact the local DEA office in your city. All identities are kept strictly confidential. Wow. Now, initially when I saw this, there's the release from the DEA, but when I saw this release, I thought, well, obviously, to be honest with you, anytime any organisation, any government organisation within the US, anytime any of them come sniffing for you, it's obviously not a good look. But particular organisations, listen, historically speaking, when the DEA get their, you know what I'm saying, when the DEA get a sniffing for you, look at all of them. Escobar, got because of the DEA. Yeah, Chapo, got. The minute it's different when you got, for example, from what I understand, essentially it's the feds. Any federal organisation, you got, because for a long time, at the state level in the US, a lot of these guys, not so much Kinahan, but historically speaking, at the state level, there's loads of things going on, but they don't have the power. Yeah, but the minute the US federal government has a hard-on for you, you might as well just get your ankles ready. You might as well pull your trousers down and get them ankles dusted off. It's a matter of time. I'm trying to think who's managed to evade it. There's very few. It's obviously, if you're unknown, that's not the problem. The problem is once you're known. Once you're on the list, you're as good as got. However, what we know is, the YB is 190 IQ right now, 100%. So what would the YB advise that El Trabajan do right now? Listen, he's got two options to do right now, 100%. Two options are, number one, and this is the thing, if I was involved in the trap, yeah, I would have been, and maybe he's been doing this, but I'd have been getting them Russian links ready. Get the Russian links ready, get the Chinese links ready, yeah? You want to have good infrastructure in them two countries, because when it kicks off, I'm out of there. I'm going straight to China and or Russia, and that's it. You can't be touched then. Oops. Yeah, that move there is what you call the Snowden. Yeah, you check straight out. You put some Reddies in Putin's account. You put some Reddies in that other guy's account. What's the Chinese don's name? I forgot the guy's name now, but wherever it is, Xidon. Yeah, Z. That don there, yeah. 100%. You put some coin in Putin's account, you put some coin in Z's account, and then when the Fed starts sniffing, you're out of there. Oops. See ya. There's been quite a few people have been able to. There's a man called Joe Low, JHOLOW. He ended up bumping $4 billion, and he'd been hanging out in China, laying low. Like, he can't be touched. Oops. Yeah. And that's the only way to be safe. All the people think, oh, I'm going to go to Saudi. Saudi are going to sell you out. 100%. Saudi and Dubai, them ones there, they love the US coin too much. You will be touched. 100%. I mean, look at that. I know he was low level, but there's a guy called Hush Puppy. Yeah, Hush Puppy, dopey ass. He thought he was smart. Oh man, you know, my name Hush Puppy. I'm on Instagram, and he thought he was smart. Being in Dubai, he got 100%. The feds, anywhere really, literally, anywhere on earth, apart from Russia and apart from China, you will be touched. And it's as simple as that. There's nowhere safe. So if I was El Trapahan right now, and the thing is, it's a bit too late now to some extent. And like I don't know his situation, but if I was him, I'd have been set up that infrastructure. If I was him, I'd have been had links in them places. He may well have done that. If he's got any sharps about him, he would have done that. I don't know. We're gonna find out, because you best believe, if he gets got, he's got. There's no no one beats a federal case. You're got. Yeah. When the feds come sniffing, they've already got you. It's a matter of time. Although there isn't, I do have to admit, the fact they're saying, I'm not sure here, I'm not sure exactly what they're asking for. Because it says here, information leading to the arrest. So, it sounds like it's a bit of a phishing experiment. I don't believe they're asking for the location. Wait there a minute. Information leading to the arrest and or conviction. Yeah, they're not asking for location. Yeah? When they're asking for location, for example, when Saddam Hussein was hiding in a hole in Iraq, he ended up getting caught because the US was offering $30 million, and so one of his cooks or something sold him out. Yeah, one of the people close to him sold him out for the bag. So, my point was that they was asking for a location. I haven't seen anything here. They say information leading to the arrest. I think they're requesting information that essentially, what's the word I'm looking for? That criminalises these cats. They want direct evidence. They want witnesses. They want whatever. People who can say, yep, this guy. Because from what I understand, this isn't an indictment. An indictment is what they put down when they write the charges down. This isn't a rap sheet where we've got you on, like for example, when El Chapo was on the run, he'd already been indicted on 50 charges of money laundering and this, that, the other. I don't see, they're alleging Kinahan's been money laundering and doing this, doing that, but I don't think they've got much of a case right now. So really, this is a phishing experiment, which to some extent does show how efficient these cats have been. Because it's quite unusual actually for the feds to come out and be begging for info. Normally, they'll build a case on the sly, and most people don't even know it, and they just turn up at your door one day and you're got. So the fact the feds have come out publicly, desperate for information, shows how tight the organisation may be, or it shows that they're not involved in it anymore. And to be honest with you, any man who's got any IQ knows, make your money, and then get out and leave it alone. All the dopey dons, El Chapo, Escobar, got too greedy. Yeah, make a couple $100 million and get out. And then, as long as you don't, the statute of limitations, if you're, for example, for all we know, Christie may have made a couple $100 million 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and it's done now. Oops. Yeah, although I'm not sure, they may have changed the rules, but the statute of limitations is like 7-8 years or whatever it is. So once the 8-year period's up, you're free home running. Now again, I hope for their sake, or not, I couldn't care less. If they get caught, it'll make a scrap of difference to me, but I'd like to think, because
from what I understand, they've got a couple $1 billion in assets. When is enough? In my mind, if I made 100 mil, I'll be out, because you can't spend that kind of money. And I actually think, like I said, the fact that the feds are sniffing around, begging for information, I think it's unlikely. Put it this way, I think it's unlikely that they're still running the trap. Personally speaking, why? Well, like I said, look at all. I don't know. It's going to be one or the other. Either it's going to turn out, that the Kinahan organisation is the most on point, and you know what I'm saying. I just think it's unlikely when you're running big operations like that. It's impossible to. Someone's going to roll. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible. So what's more likely, in my opinion, if the feds have got, and let's not forget, people, they've been looking for a big, what do they call it? What's that big case they call in the US where they get everyone? It's not called a kingpin charge. There's some sort of charge in the US, but it's something similar to a kingpin charge. Either way, they've been looking to get the Kinahan dons tied up in the kingpin charge for decades. So it begs the question, like I said, either it's one or the other. Either they're the deepest dons ever in history, or they've just left it behind. Now, like I said, I think they've probably left it behind, and that's one thing Kinahan has been saying. Daniel's been saying for a long time, I'm not involved in it, and I don't think he's lying, because the thing is with how these things normally work is, in order to be involved in trafficking, obviously, you have to be doing things. You have to be moving bits. So inevitably, how they normally get these guys is, they start at the bottom. At some point, we know he's going to be on the phone to someone. So you start at the bottom, and you follow it back. But the fact they haven't been able to do that, again, implies to me that he probably ain't doing nothing at this point in time. The man's got, I think he had about $700 million of property alone in Brazil or something. I mean, this guy's got a couple $100 million in each different continent. So you'd have to be proper stupid to keep trying to run it and try and be whatever. So I think the feds have got their back up against the wall right now. I think, don't forget as well, it was only a week or two ago that Kinahan was pictured with the WBC president. Why is that relevant? Well, he's not running. Because I'd have already been in Russia. Because I tell you what I ain't doing. Yeah? There's no good, look at Chapo now. There's no good having all that money and you might as well be getting your shit pushed in jail. Yeah? What's the point being rich? I've always said that. If I was involved in that stuff, I'll be straight to Russia or China. Just hang out there with the money. Because I ain't taking no risk. There's no way I'm waking up one morning and I'm going down. Because the thing is, once they get you, you're done. You ain't going to see the light of day again. It's not worth it. So like I said, we haven't seen, maybe what I'm saying is, what's going to be telling is what happens in the next month or so. If we see Kinahan swanning around in Europe, in wherever, and he hasn't tried to get out to China or Russia yet, that'll tell me either he's stupid, or he knows the statute of limitations played out, and he knows he can't be got. Because I don't know why you'd hang around for. I don't know. Now, what I will say is, another tip, if I was Kinahan right now, you best make sure, because a lot of these guys are tight, yeah? A lot of these men, they don't look after their people, and that's when people get bitter, and arguably rightfully so. If I was Kinahan right now, yeah, whether it's old information or not, I'd make sure all the people around me are nice. I'm talking, don't have to work nice, because if they're not, I'll tell you what I'll be doing. Yeah, I'll be confidentially putting a tip in right now as well. So you best make sure your man's is nice. That's what I'll be doing. Because think about it, if you've got 3, 4, 2, 3, even if you've only got $1 billion, we know for a fact you got at least $1 billion. If I've got $1 billion, yeah, but again, like I said, a lot of these cats are tight. A lot of these cats will think, I've got $1 billion and I'm not gonna. But you have to, there's an old saying, number one, you have to spend money to make money. But number two, in that game, you have to spend money to not get your shit pushed in jail. You understand? If I was him, I'd be saying, listen, and you got to think of things as an investment. Let me invest in my booty not being violated by Tyrone. Do you understand? Yeah. Let me invest in my nice, sweet virgin booty hole, not being violated by the sisters in jail. You understand? And that investment is, like I said, making sure your people's is nice and watertight. Yeah? If anything, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Certain dons, you know what, Don? Go and live in Russia for a hot sec, innit? Go and sit down somewhere. Go and sit down, buy a few nice $1 million apartments in Hong Kong or in wherever they are in China and Shanghai, and buy some nice $1 million wherever, and go and tell the team to sit down for a hot sec and relax. Yeah? Make sure their families are nice, make sure everyone nice. And I'm not saying that, some people are greedy. Some people will say, you know what, I'll take his bread but bottom line is, yeah, at this particular point in time, you want to be inspiring loyalty. Because guess what? It's no good once you got. Once you got, you got. And all that money you had, that's what I never understood. These guys like Chapo and Escobar, they spent all this, they was so greedy, not wanting to leave the game, and now you're in jail. Oops. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, you may as well, Kinahan's better off spending half of the money to stay free than he is trying to be smart. Oh, no. That's my money. I'm not paying no one nothing. You're better off spending half of it, making sure you've got a decent level of loyalty, than you are just hoarding. Because a lot of these cats are greedy. They're greedy, and bottom line, greed dominates a lot of things. Yeah, and if I was them, I'd be reaching out to the Biden crime family right now. Yeah, reach out to the Biden crime family and wet some of them palms up nicely. Yeah, that's what you should have been doing. You should have been investing, because we already know the Bidens. The Bidens are patterned up with the Russians. So if I was El Trabajan, yeah, I'd have already had the Russian link to Biden. Oops. You understand? I'd have been wetting all the palms up in Russia to get to Biden. Like, that's what they was doing, 100%. Yeah? What's Hunter, yeah? Hunter, trust me. Me and Hunter would be like this. Me and Hunter would be like brothers, 100%. Yeah? His palms would be so wet with cash. And that way you wouldn't be touched. Because he put listen, 100%. If any of you man have heard about the laptop, yeah? Hunter, you best believe the amount of coin I would have patterned your man Hunter Biden up with. The big man on the emails would have been nice, and you best believe the DEA wouldn't have been doing nothing. Yeah, the DEA wouldn't be doing nothing. That's what they wouldn't be doing. How about that? 100%. So yeah, listen, I'm intrigued to see how this plays out. I.e., is this the best? Is this the number one trapper of all history? Yeah, because if he is still trapping and they can't make nothing stick, that'll be the biggest criminal feat in history. I've never seen the feds not be able to get nothing. Never seen it. I can't think of one example. Because even someone like Al Capone, they couldn't make it stick on the criminal charges, but they got him on taxes. Oops. Yeah. So they always find some way to get you got. And if they can't do that, it'll be the biggest. It'll be the number one trap of all history. So I can't lie to you. Now we know the feds are actually involved, I am very intrigued, because I can't lie to you. These European agencies are dead. Yeah, let's be real now. You never hear of no European agencies doing nothing. I don't know what they're doing, but they're dead. Yeah, they ain't got no one can touch you like Uncle Sam can. You understand? No one can touch you. The US federal government knows no bounds. They'll reach out and touch them now. They'll reach out and touch the whole of Iraq. Do you know what I'm saying? Simple as that. They'll reach out and touch Saddam hiding in a hole in Iraq. Wait a minute. Saddam was in his own country and they reached out and touched him in a hole in his... You know what I'm saying? Mad. Yeah, like I said, Uncle Sam knows no bounds. Yeah, his tentacles... Listen, 100%. Uncle Sam has got a whole bunch of tentacles. And they've got... You best believe they've got wandering fingers, and they will just touch anything. Yeah, proper violators they are, 100%. Listen, Uncle Sam's a molester. Uncle Sam is what's the word? He's a repeat offending molester. He want to touch everything moving. Yeah, he want to touch it all, 100%. But listen, like I said, I'm very intrigued. As an observer, I am very intrigued to see how this whole thing plays out. Very intrigued. Now, it would be a massive anticlimax if it turns out in a day from now we hear he caught up. Yeah, if in the next week we hear Kinahan locked up, it's over for him. That's what we... Listen, let's get something straight now. If it turns out the minute they get him, he got. That's it. Just forget about it. Yeah? So... But But listen, to be fair to Dan, he's been saying for a long time, I'm not involved. And I mean, even Billy Joe came out and said, listen, if he's done something, arrest him for it. And it's true. And so far, they haven't been able to do that. And unfortunately, or not, this article or this press release from the DEA doesn't substantiate anything more than that either. Do you understand? They're begging for information. And I've never seen, I don't know, I'm not someone who follows this religiously, but I've never actually seen the DEA begging for info publicly. Because it almost goes against all investigation, or it goes against, what's the word? It goes against investigation best practice. Sorry, it goes against investigation best practice. You don't want to notify the person you're investigating, or for obvious reasons. Witnesses go missing, you know what I'm saying? People go missing, operations change, etc., etc. So the fact that they're coming out begging for information publicly tells me that they ain't got nothing. They've got absolutely jack diddly, because begging for information from the public is what you do when you got, you know what I'm saying, when you haven't got nothing. That's what you do when you got nothing. You've got absolutely nothing and you're desperate. That's what you do. If you've got a full case anyway, guess what? Like I said, in most cases, you don't hear about the FBI or the DEA advertising for information. In most cases, all you hear about is the indictment. Yeah. Today we're indicting Daniel Kinahan on 15 charges of money laundering. Where is he? We got a $1 million bounty for his arrest. That's what happened with Chapo. With Chapo, they had them Chicago twins called the Flores twins. They were snitching, so they came out off the jump and said, listen, we want you bad, and we want to know his location. That was it. There was no fanning around talking about, oh, we need something that can arrest him. They already had Chapo got. It was a case of, can we find him? That's how it normally goes. Normally, 99.999% of the time, they're asking for, where is he? I've never, maybe some of you man who are more into it than me can tell me, but I've never heard of them actually fishing. It's quite odd. It's quite rare as well. And it begs the question, because normally, think about it, normally, the whole reason investigations start is because a crime's been committed. Yeah? But if a crime's been committed, normally you have evidence of said crime. They don't have any of that. If they did, he'd have been indicted to some extent already. Or, I guess there's an argument, maybe they do have some things, but they don't have enough that they think they can make it stick. There's a reason the feds, I think 99% of Fed cases are won. There's a reason for that. But again, normally, the feds don't pop up until they've already got you. So it is quite, isn't it, in my opinion, in my casual opinion, it's a very interesting and unique situation. It must be said. And I'm intrigued to see how it plays out, to be fair. I'm intrigued to see what Kinahan does next. I mean, if he's popping up at boxing shows, it shows that, well, I'm not sure what it shows, but it shows he's truly bad. Because me, like I said, I'll be in Russia right now. Or I'll be in China. I don't give a F. There's no way. There's no way, even if there's a 1% chance of me getting, I'm not taking it. There's no way, because the thing is, like I said, once you're got, it's over. Forget about it. Do you understand? It's not a case of, well, if I get arrested, I can get out. You're done. They're never going to let you go. Never. Once they get you, and that's why Snowden went to Russia. Snowden went because he knew, I mean, look at Assange. The minute they get their paws on you, you're done. You're finished. Your whole life's finished, so you might as well. And that's why I do actually respect Escobar. I respect Escobar. Escobar said, it's better a grave in Colombia than a cell in the US. And I rate that, because he went out, fair play to the guy, man. He went out shooting. Yeah? And I mean, obviously, for me, it's easy to say that, but I'd like to think I'd do the same. Because look at Chapo now. Chapo down bad. Yeah? Imagine that, waking up every day for the rest of your life to some dead, tiny cell. Nah, that's dead. Yeah? Escobar had it right. Yeah? Much better a grave than to be posted up with no way, in some next federal ADX underground thing. I'm telling you now. The ADX Florence got some next underground thing. These cats are all underground in some next tomb, buried under 100%. Yeah, you ain't getting no helicopter escape. You're underground. You understand? You're underground in some fortified steel box cages. You ain't being dug out. You ain't being flown out. You are in a living tomb. That's where you are at ADX Florence. Yeah, you going all the way through it. You may as well listen. 100%. You're in federal hell. That's what they call federal hell. You're in a federal tomb of hell. Yeah, you've been entombed by Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam has federally entombed you underground. And like I said, you may as well be dead. That's what you may as well be. And the worst thing is, once they get you, they also then start getting your family anyway. So, like, El Chapo got caught up, and then, now his wife's in jail as well. So it's truly peak. Yeah, truly peak. He may as well have gone out in a blaze of glory. That's what he should have done, in my opinion. Yeah, take a few of the devils with you. But anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. No doubt.